Christmas time is here, which means the Slap Battles holiday event is here. This event brings us plenty of recurring, limited gloves, as well as one new one. As with the last event, it's time to rank all the gloves it brings in a little tier list. I will be ranking them for their obtainment method, as well as what I think of the glove as a whole. Keep in mind that this is only my opinion, and you are entitled to your own. Feel free to tell me what your list would look like in the comments. Now before we do start, I got a dress for the occasion. Without further ado, let's get ranking. Our first glove is Mitten, the first Christmas glove in the game. To get it, you need the lucky gift badge. You have a 1% chance of getting this from a Mitten present. I don't particularly like this obtainment method because it requires someone else who has Mitten. Mitten is pretty rare and the grind to get it is a slog, so it'll be pretty hard to find someone willing to help. The glove's ability is called Airdrop and has a 5-second cooldown. Pressing E will summon a sleigh that will fly above the arena and drop a present. The user will be able to see if the present's contents are good or bad. The present has an equal chance to be good or bad. Good presents can always give you a temporary speed boost, jump boost, or reverse effect, but they can also rarely, and only during Christmas time, give the lucky gift badge and another badge that you will see soon in this video. Bad presents can paralyze victims, obscure their vision, freeze them, and cause an explosion. This can be used to spread holiday cheer or spread festive terror. I'd say this glove is halfway decent for combat, considering it's a very early glove, but it's incredibly difficult. RNG-based obtainment makes it barely worth it. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst, so it deserves a spot in the pretty merry section. Next is the Snowball glove, not to be confused with the Snowball glove from the limited time Snowball Smash game mode. This requires you to have the Engineer's gift badge. You have a 0.5% chance of getting this from a good present. Since the chance of any given present being good is 50%, that's basically a 0.25% chance. This is just a worse copy of the Mitten obtainment. Its only saving grace is that you can use your own presents, but that's only if you got Mitten first. The ability is Snow Turret and has a cooldown of 5 seconds. Pressing E will allow you to select a spot. Pressing E again will place a turret there. The turret will fire snowballs rapidly at the nearest victim, which will make them walk incredibly slow. That's it. That's what you get for all that struggle. This is one of the most disappointing gloves, even with a bad obtainment method. I understand that a lot of people find this glove fun to use. I do agree that it can be pretty relaxing to just place a turret and watch the world suffer, but compared to others, it just doesn't reach the bar that most event gloves do. So unfortunately, it goes in the just okay spot. Our next glove here is Santa. It used to require the epic Christmas swag points accumulator badge. This was obtained by gaining 40 epic Christmas swag points in the Snowball Smash game mode. But for some reason, that game mode has not returned this year, probably to make getting Santa quicker for the event's shorter time frame. Now you need to get to It'll Be Lonely this Christmas badge. To get this, you must find 7 snow peeps around the Christmas map and click them. Finding them all will spawn an island near the West Island, where you can invite friends to join you in the Jerry boss fight. To get Santa you must spare Jerry. To do this you must not let him get below 300 health for 10 minutes. I will explain the mechanics of the boss later in the video, but just know that this is the easy route. The ability's name is Gift Sack and has various cooldowns. You have an arsenal of 3 weapons at your disposal, which you can switch between by double jumping. All weapons can be thrown by pressing E. First is the Snow Peep with a 3-second cooldown. A player hit by a Snow Peep will have it stick to them for 4 seconds, making them walk slower. The more Snow Peeps on a player, the slower they walk, capping at 3 peeps. Next is the Bob Plush with a 7-second cooldown. This will simply deal knockback to anyone hit. It may seem unassuming, but it can lead to some deadly combos, making it the most versatile. Lastly, we have Milk with a cooldown of 10 seconds. Anyone hit by this will fall asleep for 2.5 seconds. While asleep, they will be ragdolled and unable to move or be hit, allowing easy escapes. I think this glove is incredibly fun to use and is pretty decent for combat. The obtainment method is pretty boring, considering you have to drag on the first phase of the boss, and I am a little bit disappointed that I didn't get to try out the Snowball Smash game mode, but maybe that was for the best, so it sits comfortably in the So Jolly tier. Last, but not least, we have the Jerry Glove. For this, you will need the Snowman Left Behind badge. This is obtained by defeating Jerry, the poor snowman from last Christmas possessed by an unknown force. In the fight, you will be armed with the default glove, but with a longer cooldown. He will summon smaller snowmen that will die in 3 slaps. He can stomp, making large moving walls, similar to Pusher, which must be avoided. He can also create massive icicles that act as homing missiles. To avoid them, you must find a way to get them to hit the floor or spin around them to stall. To damage him, you must first destroy all 5 of his body armor, which can be seen next to his health bar. Each piece take 5 slaps to break, and all of his armor regenerates at the start of each phase. Be careful when slapping him though, or he could hit you with his swipe, slam, or jump attack. At 210 HP, phase 2 will start. The snowman will be red and run faster and have more health. The icicles will also glow red and be faster, as well as deal more damage. At 90 HP, the third and final phase will commence. He will stop spawning icicles and walls, but he will spawn more minions, and they'll be faster. Along with that, he will also be able to dig into the floor and resurface somewhere in the arena. Make sure not to touch him while he is emerging. At 0 HP, he will be defeated, and you will earn the Jerry Glove. The ability is called Jerry's Return, and its cooldown lasts 30 seconds 12 on spawn. Slapping people will mark them with a snowman symbol. This symbol will stay on them for 30 seconds, or until they die. Pressing E will spawn a smaller version of the Jerry boss. He will start jumping on anyone with the snowman mark. When landing on someone, he will deal heavy knockback and leave a large circle of ice on impact. Anyone who stays on the ice for long enough will become frozen in a block of ice. When hit by him, victims will lose the mark. When done dealing with them, he will dig back into the ground. If he spawns and no one is marked, he will simply attack the closest player. If utilized to its maximum potential, this glove can do immense damage. It is definitely the most powerful Christmas glove, and there's something just satisfying about watching Jerry absolutely destroying everyone. I know the cooldown's long, but the passive makes up for it. I also think the obtainment method is the best out of all Christmas gloves, maybe even out of all the event gloves. So, a great glove with a great obtainment. Sounds like perfect, the most festive spot material. So that's the final list. Snowball is just okay. Mitten is pretty merry. Santo's so jolly. And Jerry is the most festive. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and maybe even subscribe. All support is heavily appreciated. See you soon.